Can you imagine one of these faces commanding the TARDIS? Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors who turned down Doctor Who. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at actors who were offered the role of the Doctor on Doctor Who, only to turn it down for personal or professional reasons. Number 10, Peter Capaldi. Okay, so obviously Telly's Malcolm Tucker did eventually pick up the sonic screwdriver and regenerate his way into the Whoverse. However, years before his run as the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi was offered the role for the 1996 made-for-TV movie.
What do you think?
However, despite being a mega fan of the show, Capaldi declined the offer.
Get rid of it. I don't want to hear about it again. Bye.
His reasoning for this was that he wasn't confident he'd get the part, and being a Doctor Who mega fan, couldn't cope with the idea of being a contender and not winning the role. The mantle instead went on to Paul McGann, who Capaldi felt was fantastic.
Whatever you say.
Number 9, Geoffrey Belden. Legendary British actor Geoffrey Belden enjoyed a prolific stage career in London's West End, later becoming known for his work on children's programmes Catweasel and Worzel Gummidge.
Should I kick her up and down the kitchen for you, you plumped you?
Oh, can I do it, Mr. Crowman?
There will be no violence in this house.
However, prior to this, he was offered the starring role in a new show about a time-travelling extraterrestrial.
Why do I not fly?
Belden turned down the chance to play the first Doctor, and when William Hartnell left the show in 1966, Belden was given the chance to turn the role down a second time. Hindsight may be 20/20, but his reasoning was simple. He wasn't into sci-fi. Number 8, Michael Bentine. Comedian and actor Michael Bentine was shortlisted as a 4th Doctor hopeful in 1974.
This next week, perhaps, until then I'll try. Sir, no, you mustn't! Stop it, sir! You can't start attacking a bulldozer!
Bentine had made a name for himself as a member of the radio program The Goon Show, and later as the host of It's a Square World, a role that won him a BAFTA in 1962.
Well, good night, until we meet again. That is, if we ever meet again.
But despite showing interest in the role, Bentine and producer Barry Letts couldn't find a way to make it work. This is said to have stemmed from Bentine's interest and desire to have a larger say in the scriptwriting process, and when producers refused to acquiesce this request, he walked. Number 7, Richard Hearn. Best known for his character Mr. Pastry, Richard Hearn, like Michael Bentine, was also in the running to play the 4th Doctor.
Hello!
The story goes that after the 3rd Doctor, John Pertwee, decided to leave the show, the producers all but promised Hearn the role. However, Hearn was operating under the mistaken belief that he could also play the role as his character Mr. Pastry.
No, look, fellas, now, just a minute. Look, damn it.
In fact, he insisted that this be the case. The producers, unsurprisingly, were less than thrilled with his idea, and the two parties went their separate ways. It was probably for the best. Number 6, Ron Moody. Ron Moody appeared in dozens of stage, film, and TV productions during his 60-year career.
Oh, great spirit of light, bring me that night.
However, you'd be hard-pressed to argue that his performance as Fagin in the 1968 film adaptation of Oliver is his most famous. The role earned him a Golden Globe for Best Actor and dramatically increased his stock in the entertainment industry.
If he is, the little devil, we sit down, we talk it over, we think it out, we decide upon a proper course of safe action, we stay calm!
So when it came time to cast a new Time Lord, the producers of Doctor Who turned to Moody. Unfortunately for them, Moody wasn't interested in playing the same character for an extended period of time and turned them down.
How could you do such a thing?
Number 5, Boris Karloff. Horror icon Boris Karloff made a name for himself in the 1930s playing Dr. Frankenstein's monster across a handful of films. 3 decades later, a Doctor Who radio series was being developed, and the producers wanted Karloff to voice the titular character. Sadly for fans of both parties, Karloff turned down the offer. The role ultimately went to Peter Cushing, who had previously played the Doctor in the films Doctor Who and the Daleks and Daleks Invasion Earth 2150 AD.
He's got a terrible bump on his head.
Oh, nothing that a little fresh air won't cure.
Despite recording a pilot episode, the BBC passed. To date, the whereabouts of the recording remain a mystery. Number 4. Hugh Grant. When it was announced that Doctor Who was being revived in the mid-2000s, speculation abounded as to who would play the iconic character.
Yes, I would like that very much indeed. Anything to put off actually running the country.
The highly coveted role was eventually given to Christopher Eccleston, but prior to that, it was offered to none other than Hugh Grant. Executive producer Russell T Davies reached out to Grant, but the BAFTA winner declined, convinced the project would be a flop. Such as it is, Grant since expressed regret about his decision, but in the most Hugh Granty fashion has stated, "Knowing me, I'd probably make a mess of it." Oh, Hugh.
What is the point of your life?
Bloody hell. Well, no, you're probably right. There's probably no point to my life, but thank you for bringing it up.
Number 3. Brian Blessed. Brian Blessed was tapped to play the second Doctor back in 1966, but had to decline due to conflicts with other projects.
Do you want me to be honest or tactful?
Tactful, I think.
Tell him to get stuffed!
At 30 years of age, he would have been one of the youngest actors to ever inhabit the role. While Blessed would appear as King Yrcanos in the serial Mind Warp, he never did manage to land the elusive titular role.
We must kill all who stand between us and victory. We'll grind every last slug beneath our feet.
However, he did mention as recently as 2016 that he'd still be interested in playing the character. Granted, as he is currently in his 80s, we'd say his chances of commanding the TARDIS are somewhat slimmer.
Oh, well, who wants to live forever?
Number 2. Alan Cumming. While playing the Doctor would be a dream role for most actors, sometimes it just isn't in the cards. Take Alan Cumming in 2003, when Russell T Davies was in the process of rebooting the series and was searching for a new lead actor.
No, I can't see him tolerating that.
After Hugh Grant passed on the role, Davies approached his second option, Alan Cumming. And fortunately, Cumming was living in New York City and wasn't exactly jumping at the idea of living in Cardiff for 8 months of the year.
Better luck next time, slugheads.
The two sides found a way to make things work further down the line though, with Cumming making a guest appearance in the 11th series as King James.
Scotty, who saved my life in Berwick, then later betrayed me, so I had him shot.
Number 1. Bill Nighy. Oh, what a Dr. Bill Nighy would have been! While it's unclear when Nighy was approached to play the Time Lord, we do know why he didn't take it.
Walk away. Now walk away. But I know what I'm doing.
In a 2013 interview with the Daily Express, Nighy said, "I didn't want to be the Doctor, no disrespect to Doctor Who or anything, I just think that it comes with too much baggage."
Wow. Massive.
Yeah.
However, just like Alan Cumming, Nighy wasn't averse to making a cameo on the show, with the actor popping up in the Series 5 episode, Vincent and the Doctor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're welcome.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.